The story goes that Meghan Markle's tried desperately to get in touch with His Majesty the King. You see, apparently she wants to put right some wrongs, all that sort of stuff. But what is the true story behind that particular headline? As ever, let me explain. Morning, lovely to see you. We're out and about, of course, today in the middle of Whitehall. Busy day. Literally, Blenheim Palace has got all the main leaders down there, covering that soon. Lovely place, Blenheim Palace, if you haven't been. And by the way, thank you so much for your lovely comments regarding the King's speech and exactly all what it means. I'm glad you enjoyed that little snapshot of history. It's good fun, isn't it, to share stuff like that, because even I relearn things and think, oh, is that what happened then? Is that the reason why Black Rod gets the door slammed in his face? Never a good look, is it? Have you had a door slammed in your face? Yes, well, it can happen to the best of us, can't it? Every single year that happens to Black Rod. Can't be very charming, can it? Back as ever, though, to your royal story of the day. Now, as many people know, Meghan Markle's been desperate to sort of get back in touch with the royal family. Some people are suggesting, of course, this is because her husband, the former royal known as Prince Harry, is truly struggling with his brand new life over in California. Struggling's a loose word. Some people might say bored, rigid, no sense of purpose, and suddenly realising that that now infamous freedom flight wasn't all it was cracked up to be. Now, as you know, earlier this year, Meghan, for some explicable reason, decided to buy in some pots, twang some lemons in, a bit of greenery, and start sending out pots of jam. And then what ensued, of course, were people were allegedly going to be putting it on their Instagram and social media places, basically saying what a wondrous product it was. A product that we simply couldn't buy, simply because there was no way of buying it and nobody really understood exactly what Meghan was trying to flog. Then there was the haphazard idea of the dog biscuits, rumoured stories about a rosé wine. You see how this really escalates going to nothing. But what is interesting is this. According to a very, very well-placed source, in fact, out at Highgrove and at none other than Queen Camilla's Wiltshire home, apparently these two products were delivered with a note. Now, one would suggest, of course, that this was Meghan's olive branch, perhaps jam branch, who knows? But either way, an exact replica, I've been told, of this particular product. Now, what I can tell you is, of course, as many people know who understand royal protocol, all gifts are vetted, etc. And if they look slightly suspicious or have not been sourced independently, particularly food products, they simply would be sent back or given away. But one has to be very careful with anything food related for more obvious reasons. According to that source, though, yes, apparently Meghan saw this as an opportunity to highlight exactly how hard she's been working and, more importantly, how she wants to push a brand through. Now, so far, nobody at Sussex World, as I like to call it, has ever deferred back and said, this didn't happen, no, we don't know where this came from. So one has to assume, given the fact that this literally was sent, as I say, to the homes of, one suspects that Meghan and indeed Harry were trying to find a fun, easy way back into making open communications. Now, as you can imagine, you see, Meghan, I've been told, believes that she's the only one that can cement back the relationship that apparently is broken. So broken, in fact, that, she mentioned Harry had lost his father too. He hadn't. He was literally over here in England, ostracised, all thanks to the freedom flight. So perhaps Meghan truly believes that the lemons, the greenery, and of course the ceramic pot, plus that pot of jam, and we're no idea exactly what number King Charles or indeed Queen Camilla were, well, apparently this was going to cement everything and make everything all right once again. And more importantly, I can't tell you exactly where they sent them back to, but you get the picture. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.